morning, students. In today's class, we are going to study Goods and Service Tax under the Chapter 3, that is Economic Reforms 1991. Now, the Parliament passed the law, that is GST Act, in the year 2016. This Act came into effect from 1st July 2017. Now, what does the GST includes? The goods and service tax includes the different types of indirect taxes. Now, what is indirect taxes? Indirect taxes are those taxes where the tax burden can be shifted from one person to another. That is, the tax burden, tax liability of the person can be shifted to some other person. That is indirect tax. Like, for example, value-added tax, excise duty, import duties, export duties. These are the indirect taxes. Now, all these indirect taxes were brought into one tax named as Goods and Service Tax. Then comes is, what was the aim of adopting Goods and Service Tax? The first and foremost important aim of adoption of GST was to generate the additional revenue for the government to reduce the tax evasion and to create one nation, one tax, one market. Instead of too many indirect taxes, to create the one nation, one tax and the one market for them. Then coming to the features of GST. The first feature of GST was, it is simple, comprehensive, indirect tax in which indirect taxes are subsumed, like value-added tax, entertainment tax, central excise duty, entry tax, octroi tax, etc. So, various indirect taxes were subsumed, were brought into one taxing system, that was GST, and few of them are value-added tax, entertainment tax, central excise duties, entry tax, octroi tax, and others. Then we had also seen that 5 tax rates are applied. They are 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. Then 5 petroleum products are kept out of this GST. They are not included in GST. Then the fourth feature is, state will continue to levy value-added tax on liquor for human consumption and the fifth feature is, in tobacco and tobacco related products both GST and Central Excise Duty is applicable. So these are few features of the goods and service tax. To the benefits of goods and service tax. The goods and service tax has enabled freedom in movement of goods and services. It has also removed cascading effect of various taxes on consumers. We had seen that indirect taxes include, there were various indirect taxes, and sometimes the consumer ended up paying more than one indirect tax on the same good. Now, with GST, since all the indirect taxes are brought into the same bracket in one taxing system, that is GST, so therefore, the double counting, or we can say the more than one time the paying of the tax will be removed. Then, it has also helped in reducing the cost of business transactions It has reduced the cost of business transactions. It has also helped in reducing the overall cost of production, which is going to help the domestic goods and will make them more competitive in both domestic as well as in international market. GST has also helped in expanding the tax base and has brought transparency in tax system. There has been transparency in tax system now. It has also helped in simplifying the indirect tax procedures. A common portal has been created by the government for filing the indirect tax, that is GST, that is www.gst.gov.in. Through this portal, the business persons, the manufacturers of goods and services can file their returns of GST, and in that way that has simplified the tax procedures under the indirect taxes. This was about GST, its aim, its benefits arrived of GST and the features of GST.